Hi, my name is Dominique Brown, and I'm here with Professor Alberto Cole, who leads the Argentina program through the law school through the December intersession. Professor Cole, could you give me a basic overview of the program, where you'll be going and what you'll be studying?
Sure, Dominique, it's great to talk with you. Argentina, during the months of December and January, when it's very, very cold in Chicago and the Midwest and Northeast of the United States, it's summer down there. It's in the Southern Hemisphere. And we go the very last week of December and the very first week of January, when students really are free from their studies and their work. And we carry out a law school study program that carries 3 credits, 3 academic credits, certified fully by the American Bar Association. And we study the legal dimensions of doing business in Latin America. You know, Latin America is a huge area of the world. It's a major trading partner of the United States. We trade close to $1 trillion a year with Latin America. And so students there through this program get to learn about the basics of Latin American law, the basics about international business law, business transactions, and how to advise clients in the future who may want to invest or trade with or do any kind of business in Latin America. That's what the program is focused on.
Okay, great. Thank you. So if you could share some highlights of the program, like activities, cultural experiences, special visits, or speakers, that'd be great.
Sure. So, first of all, so we're there for 2 full weeks in Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires is one of the world's most beautiful cities. It's also one of the world's liveliest cities. Lots of nightlife, dancing, tango, great food, wonderful wines. Argentines are some of the most literate people in the world. And it's a beautiful city. It's summer down there, so it's sunny. We have blue skies. We're outside all the time. So we have a very strong academic component, which consists of instruction by a team of professors. All the classes are in English, of course, and the courses cover the basics of international business transactions, how to set up a company overseas, how to look out for tax and investment issues. We also get an exposure to international civil procedure, international litigation, international dispute settlement, an introduction to Latin American law, and also an introduction to Latin American culture and the kinds of cultural and social habits that shape doing business in that very important part of the world. In addition to the classroom instruction, we have a number of very, very interesting visits. So for example, we visit one of the top international law firms in Buenos Aires. We also visit a wonderful club called the Jockey Club, which is kind of the home of the Argentine business elite. In addition to that, we visit a labor law court in Argentina that deals with labor law issues and litigation. We also visit the Argentine presidential house, sort of their equivalent of the White House, except they call it the Pink House, but it's a presidential palace and museum. And in addition to that, we visit a very moving human rights museum, which ties in with a very dark and very important chapter of the country's history. And it's right in the middle of Buenos Aires, and it often turns out to be just the most profoundly moving experience for most of our students. So we have a very diverse program of visits that expose the students to Argentine business, government, and culture. And then last but not least, we also visit the United States Embassy, which is a couple of blocks from our classroom. And there we hear briefings on the nature of the business and investment relationship between the United States and Argentina. Finally, I need to mention that these visits are essential part of the program, but we also have a couple of social events that are sponsored by the program, where students and the faculty get to mingle with one another.
Wonderful. That sounds amazing. So we got about a couple more minutes left to go. I wanted to ask a couple more questions. What are you most excited about in leading this program?
Well, so the experience, the cultural experience, the reality of being in a foreign country with a very vibrant, very different, very rich culture, with people that are educated, that are very dynamic professionally, and that are very, very interested in doing business and having relationships with the United States. That's a very, very exciting piece of it for me. We have been running this program here at DePaul for 12 years now. And it's been very successful. It receives very high evaluations. We welcome students from other law schools around the country, and we always have a number of students from other law schools that come and enjoy the program. And the exams, by the way, are all take-home exams given to the students at the end of the course, so that they have several weeks after they go back home to do their exams, and it does not interfere with the cultural and the academic experience. We also give students a break during the New Year period for about 4 days, where they can go off and visit some amazing sites in this amazing country. But this is the 8th largest country in the world. And so there's lots to see, everything from glaciers to tropical jungles to the world's largest waterfalls, Iguazu, with 240 waterfalls in a very small area, an amazing site, the wine region of Mendoza. There's a lot to see. And of course, beautiful beaches at this time of the year. It's summer down there. So we give students time to do this over a period of time. And then, of course, they have plenty of time in Buenos Aires to experience the vibrant life and the culture there.
Wonderful. Sounds great.
Finally, we do, our students find their own housing. Our neighborhood where we have the classroom is called Palermo. It's a very vibrant neighborhood filled with young people, the same age as our students. And we encourage our students to find their own housing. Our students never have any problem finding their own housing. They wind up using services like Airbnb. Apartments are very reasonably priced within walking distance. And so the housing experience enables them to live right, surrounded by Argentines, and enjoy that experience as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. So lastly, why should students choose this program?
Well, a number of things. So first of all, it's a perfect time of the year to go there. And not just because the weather is beautiful, but because, you know, the last week of December, first week of January is kind of like a dead time for 99% of the students. Even when they're fully employed, not much is going on at the workplace last week of December, first week of January. So our employers are very willing to let the students go. In addition to that, the law schools are closed during that period of time. And but secondly, it's just a terrific way to get some international exposure and to start broadening your horizons. If you're going to be a successful lawyer, you need to be comfortable with dealing with different kinds of people, and increasingly in today's world, different types of cultural backgrounds, different kinds of cultural experiences. So lawyers that develop that flexibility tend to be more successful and happier in their work. So this is a great way to get an international experience for a couple of weeks, kind of put your toe in there, dip your toe in the waters. And for 99% of our students who do this, they can't wait to go back. And it's an important part of the world for us, Latin America. And even if you don't speak Spanish, you'll be fully comfortable there. Many people, many Argentines speak English. And as I mentioned, the classes are all in English. So, but it's a great way to start expanding one's professional, personal, and cultural horizons in a world that, you know, sounds like a cliche, but increasingly it's a very small world. And you could have all kinds of business transactions, clients that come to you as an attorney to do some work in another part of the world. And so it's very useful to have this transcultural experience.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for telling
Thank
me
you.
about the program. It sounds very exciting.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for all your wonderful support that you give to our students. And they very much appreciate all the help that you give them from day one to the very last day. Again, this program has been very successful for the past 12 years, and additional financial aid is provided for students who wish to do the program. The tuition is discounted, and Argentina is not an expensive place to visit. It's very, very reasonably priced, even though Buenos Aires happens to be one of the liveliest, most elegant cities in the world. So thank you again to Study Abroad for your support.
Thank you.